Kholil, that is the lecturer at Language Center of Universitas Muhammadiyah Malang. So, welcome, Mr. Kholil.
Yeah, thank you.
So, I'll start sharing my screen. Okay. Okay. I hope you guys can see my screen clearly, yeah. Okay. Okay. Welcome, Mr. Kholil. So we start the weekly inspirational speaker session for this meeting today. So let's take a look at Mr. Kholil inspiring journey. So from 2024, at the 2024, so he's the English practitioner in Universitas Negeri Manado. In 2019 until present, he is the lecturer for FLSP program in University of Muhammadiyah Malang. In 2023, he is the English tutor in Universitas Terbuka. And in 2024 until present, he's the TOEFL instructor in Royal English Malang. And lastly, in 2025 until present, he is the English instructor in the Access Malang. So, Mr. Kholil, do you want to explain more about your inspiring journey here?
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Hafiz, for your good answer. And also, yeah, everyone. So these are my journey in terms of balancing my knowledge for the English educations. Yeah, because I love to teach English. So therefore, I do not only join in one institutions because I want to do more, just for example, like research and also developing my innovations into another also inspired institutions. So that's why I try to always develop and improve myself to another experience in terms of the English educations because I try to take a look on every different backgrounds of the students. Because in Universitas Terbuka, Royal English, in the access, my roles is not only for the English instructor, but there are several purposes that I have to teach, and it's challenge myself because, for example, in 1M, I teach for the ESP. The name of FLS program is usually happens in 1M, but comes it varies from the ESP English for specific purpose, and also for the English tutor in English Africa, and I try to develop myself in the TOEFL. And in the Access Malang, I teach for the hospitality English class, which is a different backgrounds also from my previous institutions. Yeah, that's it, I think.
Okay, thank you for Mr. Kholil for sharing your inspiring journey during your career. So I think we can proceed to the question. So the first question, so across your many contributions from teaching, writing, developing apps, and leading communities, which one has the biggest impact on your students' learning and why?
Right. Okay. If I say the biggest impact on my students' learning has always come, I think, from my role as a teacher who is fully present. Because when my teacher face me, and then they try to dig more about my knowledge, that they need to, for example, like as to facilitate themselves into my knowledge. For example, in technology, in writing, or as into the leadership, the look in the students, yeah, in students' eyes when something finally clicks, the quiet confidence they can resemble, and also they realize their voice matters. So that it can cause also the creates lasting change for the students. But if I choose, for example, just for example, like developing my journey in my career, yeah, I create a space where students can grow together. Because, for example, in UNM, I teach for some departments, not only one, but in almost all departments in UNM, I teach. But for example, in engineering, also in education, in psychology department, there are some different challenges to another, and also both academically and also the personally of the students. So the learning transcends the classroom, if I say. And then they don't just learn English or critical skills, but they learn if I say the resilience, the empathy, also the leadership on how they can implement that English, the specific purpose itself, to the communities. Yeah. So if I say the biggest impact, it comes from me as the teacher when I fully also presents uh, and make the power connections between me to my students. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Khalil. So when we as a teacher, we just fully present at the for our students, so they will also learn with what is it like can learn easily. So we
Yeah,
can like when the I forgot Mr. Ching or once told this right. When the student is ready, the teacher is ready. If I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah.
yeah. So I have to make sure first when I come to the class that I present myself, I make sure that that the students all are ready to learn. For example, I don't directly give them, this is the materials today that we learn everyone. So you have to be focused. Not that just like I have to just making warm up with them, just playing some games or others, and then I drown the illustrations, so therefore they can come into my for example like my circumstance on how they have to learning in the English. So that's why they can directly guess by themselves all this one of materials that I have to learn today with Mr. Mama, and then they will be a joy.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Khalil, for answering the first question. I think your answers are great. So let's proceed to the second question. So this is the second question. With your involvement in so many parallel roles, how do you maintain quality and purpose across all your projects?
Okay, maintain quality. Yeah. To be honest, balancing this kind of multiple roles. So, for example, like a teacher, and also today as the researcher, because I continue my study in doctoral degree also, and also the writer. It's not about the being the superhuman or super teacher, but it's about being, I think, the super clear on one thing, which is purpose. Yeah. For example, when I come to the university, then my role as the teacher. So that's why I have to know which parts of myself that can inspire the students. And when I come to the college, I am a student of the fellow students, then I should be the students or even the researcher, and also the writer, because I have to read some kinds of the difficulties to know. Yeah. So that's why every project I take on, I always begin by asking myself, so how does this serve the students? How does this contribute to grow up their minds in academically and also humanly, humanly, yeah?
Yeah.
Because when they confused on how I have to teach, and then about the tasks, the assignments, then my knowledge, my educations, meaningful educations cannot received well by them. So the question become this kinds of the rules become my compass, because it helped me to prioritize what matters and keeps me grounded when things get the overwhelming. That's it.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Khalil. So if I may simplify the answer, might be the purpose is the compass of what are
Yeah,
we doing, right? So for when we get confused or we get what is it low motivation, it's back to the purpose. Like
Yeah,
it gives us the motivation back to do all the things that we need to do. Okay.
that's it.
Uh, Thank you, Mr. Khalil. So this is the third question or the last question. So what core habit or mindset helps you stay relevant, consistent, and ahead, especially with so much achieved at young age?
All right. It's a hard questions. Yeah. Yeah, it would be just like simpler to say the mindset of lifelong learner, I think. Yeah, because yeah, feel like this with long career, my career and also my study, I have to pursue my doctoral degree because I try to enjoy every single process of the education. So that's why no matter how much I achieve, yeah, I never let myself feels like okay, I have on this point. Okay, that's it. But I have to approach of each new project, new collaborations, new improvements. Therefore, I try to share on these kinds of the circle, yeah, with the Bukit Vista also. It makes me like the intentional reflections. Yeah, intentional reflections. The intended meaning for me to get my feedback as the colleague, with my students, and also with you guys, also to the people who always want to learn and try to evolve by integrity. I think that's it.
Okay, what a good answer actually. So uh, we're a learner for our whole life, and we what is it? We can learn from mm, anyone, anything, anywhere, right? So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and we just to enjoy the process and get the feedback as what is it? As the reflection of what we're doing. So that's the core habit that you do. So you can during your achievement in this age.
Yeah.
So okay, thank you, Mr. Khalil. So I will open the question to the floor. So anybody wants to ask Mr. Khalil here, just raise your hands or press the button.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Feel free, guys, if you want to know
Mhm.
more, or maybe we can collaborate or other skills
Yeah.
that
Okay.
still relate to the educations or
Mhm.
English, of course, others.
Okay. So okay, I think since we already so we have the alumni of UMM as well, yeah, here Rama. Do you have any question to Mr. Khalil?
Okay, thank you, Kak Hafiz. So, my question is very simple gitu ya. Pak Kholil, Mr. Kholil, and actually nice to meet you ya, Mr. Kholil. I'm the one who's messaging you
Itu,
gitu ya, the one who's coordinating the whole event. And nice to meet you, by the way. And my question will be is that as someone that is more experienced gitu ya, how do you advise us younger people here to stay motivated and always go back to our purpose? Sometimes we younger people could be very apa ya, hilang arah gitu ya, overwhelmed. And what is your advice for us to stay back on track and always remember our purpose?
okay, thank you, Mr. Rama. So you're the alumni of UMM, right? In what academic years?
Yes, I was just graduated last month, by the way,
Oh, plus
as
one. Okay,
best
the fresh
cycling
graduate.
business. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So to keep it motivated, being the lifelong learning, that's remember, we're not just educating about minds, we're also transforming about lives. Of transforming about life. It means that we have to keep always humbly hungry to creating just, for example, like innovations or other reflection, or even you have to endlessly curious, yeah, endlessly curious on what you are doing right now. For example, me as a teacher, when I already got myself in UMM, I'm not only I don't not stop only on UMM and feels my comfort zone there, but also I have to drown and then take myself in challenge, more experience in other institutions with another roles also. Yeah. So in other universities in my career, I'm not only a teacher, I'm not only teach for the EST, but also another what is here purpose. So that's why I say it from to the as the questions later on. I have to develop on the one thing, which is the purpose. So if you only feels that this one is enough for me, and then I just focus on one thing here because this is the out my comfort zone, my really comfort zones, then you only educate your minds, yeah, because you have more to transform your life to be more better and better.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kholil. Because as a teacher, I do believe that sometimes before we motivate others, we need to motivate ourselves first, gitu ya.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah. That's
others.
the point, actually.
Hmm. Okay, so I think I'm going to give the floor back to Kak Hafiz ya.
Okay, thank you, Rama, for the question, and thank you, Mr. Kholil, for answering Rama's question. Yeah. So, anybody wants to ask any question? I think one question is sufficient for the session. Okay, Nadia, what's yours?
All right. Hello. Good morning, Kholil.
Good
So my name is
morning,
Nadia.
Miss
Perhaps
Nadia.
my question to you as a teacher is that what are you looking forward to, like, in the next few years as a teacher?
Okay. For the looking forward of my career, which is I need to do, for example, like just research what I have to do, and also the impact of my presence also, just like the sustainability, the developments of my career. Because when I do for the teacher and also as the researcher, I need to give impact to the communities. For example, like today, we developed some applications, the technology using AR and also AI, because I want to make my students feel easily to learn about English. It's not only trying to just learning and also listening on my on my speech in the classroom, but also they can directly improve and also implement, apply themselves through the technology. So that's why the sense of the thinking skills, yeah, the thinking skills and also the meaningful applications of me, of my knowledge can be serve everyone to get, yeah, the developments of themselves through the as the educators and also the scholars. That's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kholil, for answering Nadia's question. So, since this is already 9:21 or 10:21 is so our inspirational speaker session is already up, and thank you, Mr. Khalil, for coming here in our all hands meeting and come our inspirational speaker. So you feel free to stay and watch our all hands for the rest meeting, or if you have any other agenda, you are feel free to leave the meeting as well. So thank you, Mr. Khalil, and we hope we can having you in another meeting again. Thank you. So for the next session, I will pass it to Mr. Ching. Floor is yours.
All right. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Good to see you guys. Okay. Good to see everybody back and ready to deal with another interesting week. Let me get my camera ready. I want to look good for this one. So I'll stop for a minute to have Ask Me Anything. If not, then I'll kind of look for some topics that I think are interesting to young professional Indonesians that I found on ChatGPT. Yeah? Okay. Does anybody have a Ask Me Anything that they would like me to answer? It can be about, I don't know, it can be about anything. It can be about, like, you know, why am I bald? Or, you know, do I change my underwear? Or, you know, why do I always wear the same shirt? Or, I don't know, anything funny. Rama is the hardest person to get to laugh. Yeah. I'm not inviting him to my comedy show. I made myself laugh at least, okay? All right, good. All right, any Ask Me Anythings? No? Okay, all right. Yes, Kyla, yes. Okay, let's go, Kyla.
It's all right that it's not really important, right? I'm just curious that I noticed that at the moment in Bali base, it's kind of really empty. It's just you and Fasha, and I think like we just have it for RTT and some sort of things. How do you feel seeing those? Back in last year, I think the office is just fully packed that we even have to work in the front. Remember that?
Right, I do remember that. Thank you, Kyla. That's a very, very good question. So I think that's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. So I'll tell you what I think. Kyla does remember the time when Bukit Vista was a more online or offline company. Okay, so everybody would gather in the room, everyone would talk, everybody would, you know, share our collective energy. And I'm sure Quinn, who is doing her trials, is probably shocked at how few people are here, right? I would be too. I was like, I thought this was a real company. It looks like a scam, right? Come inside and there's nobody in the office. But I've come to actually believe this, Kyla. I've come to believe that the future company is more like our type of company. Yeah. I've come to believe that a future company is entirely a digital company, because here's an observation. So when I went to Seminyak last week, I noticed that, I keep on saying this, but I'll say it again. I have a word for it now. It's called digital redistribution. So businesses that have a strong digital location are always busy, okay? Gigi Susu, Bread Yard, I don't know, I never heard of these, Gusto Gelato, right? They had a strong digital, okay, you're smiling because you've heard of these before, right, on TikTok or social media. So if you're strong, I think, on the digital location, you can be a tyrant now. So I realize how tyrannical you can be. You can offer a low quality product, overcharge people, and yet you can still gain business. Such was the case about 15, 20 years ago in Bali on a physical location. As long as you had a location on the side of the bypass, which is the main highway, you could be a tyrant. You could sell kopi luwak or whatever. You could scam tourists all day long, and people would just go with it. So I'm not saying we should scam people, right? That's not my point, okay? My point is that clearly I think the weight is moving to a online world. Clearly that what happens is, this is for Khan and Rama, we need to develop a strong online culture. And we do. We have a very superior online culture compared to most other organizations who couldn't deal with it and had to ask for everybody to return to the office. And I'm talking about Google, I'm talking about Meta, I'm talking about all these big tech companies. They couldn't even deal with their own way of carrying on with the remote culture. So in the future, I think this idea of having a hybrid culture is something that we just need to be comfortable with. It's something that we need to start saying. And just recently, if you look at the YouTube channel right now, I realize that's where everybody is anyway, right? Like, look at how Furqan and anybody who's where is she? Dea and everybody who works on getting people here for RTT. I mean, how many times did you send out invitations? How difficult is it to get people to show up? But publish one video, and right now, like 3,000 people have watched it, right? So clearly, there's a lot more, I think, space that we inhabit online now. Okay, so I feel fine. Actually, I feel fine. I feel like it's actually we're state of the art. And when you're state of the art, you have to feel comfortable with these new feelings of like the office is empty. But this is the office right now. We're in the office, everyone. We are sharing our presence, we're sharing our stories, and we're here. So that's the way I see it. Yeah. So I think that's my evolution for seeing things. And let me continue because I've got myself into a good thread now. I think if you're going to be the first person to do things, you're always going to feel a little bit weird because you're going to be the only one doing it until everyone else learns that that was the right way to do things. Okay. I've gotten used to that in Indonesia. I used to feel like I was a weirdo, but now I just feel like we're probably avant-garde. We're probably at the very forefront. So that's why everything feels weird. But ultimately we were correct. I look back on every particular, like imagine this, everyone. Imagine this. Imagine if everybody in Jakarta could work remote. It would be a clean city. It would actually be quite a beautiful city, right? No traffic, no congestion. Everybody just could hang out at their local cafes. They would only have like a 1-minute commute. You would have thriving local communities. You'd spend more money inside your local community instead of in the CBDs, right? So that would be interesting, though. That would be that would be really great. But the powers that be don't like this whole idea because they can't control if they can't see it. So that's already, I think, a wrong thinking. We've been able to succeed in AI far faster than most other organizations, not because we have computers, not because we have code, but because we have the culture that actually invests in documentation, doing things remote, and we have a knowledge culture that actually supports AI to be, let's say, planted on top of it. And we have some pretty outstanding AI people here too, right? And everybody working on AI. So yeah, so I think it's that. It's actually a new culture, and we should probably embrace it the way that hipsters embrace their new culture. How about that? Okay, that's my 2 cents on that one. Okay, so I covered a little bit about remote work and hybrid careers, and any other topics anybody wants to talk about? Sustainability, ethical consumption, urban livability, Jakarta, BSD, Jogja, Bali, digital privacy, online safety. Do these even sound like topics anyone cares about? Here, I'll share my screen. See if ChatGPT is serving me correctly, or I'm being misled by the AI. Okay. All right. I will stop to take on. Oh, I only have a minute left, right, Rama? So I better just finish up right now. Okay. All right. That's it then. I'll give my minute to somebody else who probably will make better use of it. Okay. All right. That's it. Back to the next presenter.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ching. So I will give the sessions to our moderator, Eka, for research.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Hafiz, for the handover. Yeah, could you share screen?
Yes.
Okay, to kick things off, we'll hear from Kak Hafiz, who will walk us through our hospitality and revenue target. Kak Hafiz, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Eka. So good morning, everyone. So this is our new on-plot property that called Villa Luminosa 2. Yes, Vita, correct. So this is the third property that we manage from Ibu Yanti. So this property already live in Airbnb since yesterday or 21 July. Okay, next. This is the semester 7 target. So the revenue target is for 4.2 million US dollar. Hospitality target is 85% 5-star ratings, and brand target or partner stability is 255,000 USD. Okay, for the next session is hospitality target achievement. So the first metric is accuracy. Accuracy got an increase by 0.2% from the last week. Next, check-in. Check-in also got an increase by 0.2%. Next, cleanliness. Cleanliness got a decrease by 0.1% compared to the last week. And next, communications. Communication, we got an increase by 0.1%. Location is stagnant compared to the last week, so it is still on 73.4%. This is the value. Value, we got a decrease by 0.2% compared to the last week. So this is the overall rating for this semester. Oh, this is my mistake. Should be 1.2. I think I got typo here. I will revise later after this. So for now, the progress is 83.8, which is we still lacking 1.2% to achieve the 85%. This is the some reviews that we just received last week. There are some reviews that we received, and it's quite severe. And that the review is coming from Dingin Greenview, Casa Perla, Serayu Berawa, and Mokaktus, and Putra Bali Villa. So this is the overview of the last week reviews that we got, especially the non-5 stars. You guys can read on the deck after this. Okay, next, I will pass it to Furkon for the revenue target and achievement.
Okay, thank you very much, Mas Hafiz. Good morning, everyone. So here is the update. We are currently at 2.4 million USD from our revenue target, which is at 4.2 million. We are still currently lacking 1.7 million to achieve, with only 2 months and also a week to achieve it. The progression has been stated on the bar over the slides. Okay, next next slide, please. And onto the partner stability target achievement. Last week at 15th of July, there is a decision of the offboarding from Villa Hatala. Sorry, it was a typo, Villa Hatala, and it is counted as churn because actually the progression, the contract value progression is on track, and the offboarding is based because of the misunderstanding of partner reading the contract value progression on track and off track, and also the missed in the partner relationship manager team to recover this partnership. So that is that for the information. Thank you very much, and going back to the moderator, Ega.
Okay, thanks Kak Furkon. Okay, we'll stay with Kak Furkan for the next segment. This time zooming out to the bigger picture. He'll be sharing our current company time, target, and achievement. Kak Furkan, over to you again.
Okay, thank you very much, Ega. So we are passing the third week of July and coming into the fourth leg of the month. So here is our update and also progress. We are currently achieving at 91% of the revenue target at 567,000 USD. The 5-star percentage, there is an increase compared to last week. We are currently at 95% of the progression. At the achievement at 83.4%. Our brand target, as announced earlier, there is an offboarding counted as churn from Hatala Pila. Now has been decreased quite significantly, leaving only like 5,000 budget left for churn this month, which means we could not afford any churn budget in this one final week. And this for the starting revenue target for August, we are currently achieving at 70% of the target with 380,000 USD in progress. So what are opportunities for the last 10 days of July, last week of July? In July, we managed to have 60% occupancy, 12% expired dates, 5% maintenance, and also 3% under usage. We have 13% that's available to achieve the revenue target. So that is it, the report for me. Thank you very much, Ega. Back to you.
Okay, thanks once again, Kak Furkan. Now we're moving into weekly mission inspiration. Yeah, in this session, we'll hear short, meaningful reflection from several team members about the mission they have taken on this week. Okay, let's begin with Kak Ganes ya for innovation that positively transform our guests. Okay, Kak Ganes, floor is yours. Okay, maybe Kak Nadia or okay, ini ada tidak? Okay, wait. Innovation in properties promotion ya. This playlist is designed for travelers and featuring property tours and special promotion for a variety of Bukit Vista managed property from villas to guest house. The video offer a detailed look at the properties and the unique feature. The playlist allows viewers to explore and book these properties while enjoying exclusive discount. Yeah. And there are more to come as we continue adding fresh, exciting properties and offers. Okay, we next into Kak Nadia ya for innovation that positively transform our partners. Kak Nadia, floor is yours.
All right, thank you. Good morning again. Good morning, everyone. So this is actually a new partnership with the Monday Co-working. So this kind of relate to what Mr. Jim has said previously. If you're tired of working from the base, well, we got a new partner with Monday Co-working in Ungasan, and as part of this partnership, all Bukit Vista employees got like 15% discount on their membership passes. So, yeah, it's a cozy, productive space with a good vibe, and yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you Kak Nadia ya. That's a really valuable perk ya. 15% off is a sweet deal and this price sounds like a perfect productivity boost. Okay, we next to Reza ya. The floor is yours, Reza.
Okay, thank you, Eka. So this is the successful outreach by Budi. So the last week, Budi successfully execute a well outreach to Marketa. So Budi managed to follow up the right contact and spark interest in a meaningful way. This is how the personalized and strategic approach can unlock greater collaboration opportunity. And this is was not just a lot. So we have conducted a detailed analysis of the contact in HubSpot to ensure the success can be replicated and scaled even greater result in the future. Thank you.
Okay, very interesting ya. Nice work for Budi and Reza, a great example of how strategic outreach and follow-up can really open new doors. Okay, thanks everyone for the stories. Okay, we next up is our core value recognition session ya. Okay, go ahead for Kak Furkan ya, to Kak Radit.
Okay, thank you very much, Ega. Actually, I have two, so let me directly say it consecutively. The first one is actually to Radit. So last Friday, there is an overtime during the MSM meeting discussion, and I wasn't really actually inform anyone who will be the delegates on the MSM morning sync up. However, Radit took the chance and rise to the challenge by leading the morning sync up. Even though he is not here, I would like to make sure that this attribute is appreciated. So thank you very much, Radit, for this. And the second one, this is to Hafiz. So basically yesterday, end of day, Hafiz has been doing his regular work as the partner performance manager enforcing partner to one of our partners, Paraka Susila. However, after the first enforcement has been delivered, there is a bad sentiment happening, and then Hafiz directly escalated this to me, make sure I am aware. Initially, I just said because it's already like end of day, okay, let's deal it tomorrow. But he insisted to actually take a look at the conversation, and once I read it and take a look at, oh yes, it is a very bad sentiment and at the requested offboarding, and directly Hafiz and me re what is it called? not repitching, resend the message and also calming him down. And this attribute is actually really appreciated. And now the partner sentiment is actually already going down and everything is good again. So thank you very much, Mas Hafiz, for stepping up on us on this one. Okay, that's from me. Thank you very much. Back to Ega.
Okay, next is from Yosef ya, for Kak Vidi and Kak Ardi. Okay, the floor is yours, Yosef.
Okay, thank you, Ega. Okay, I want to recognize Ardi and Kofidi because last week there was an external issue that affected Gaya. We quickly noticed the problem, and with the help of Cardi and Kofidi, we managed to fix it using only our internal capacity. And big thanks to Cardi and Kofidi for the support, their guidance, and timely support help us resolve the issue efficiently. That's it. Back to Ega.
Okay, thank you, Yosef, Kak Vidi and Kak Ardi. Okay, next is from Mr. Jing ya. Okay, the floor is yours.
Sure. I'm going to recognize Bella, Kyla, and Madaganes because when we are trying out something new, such as, I guess, art, for elevating our communication to partners, it is nerve-wracking, it is challenging, but what I see is that these three people are stepping up to the challenge. And within a very short amount of time, they're also becoming quite popular by popular sentiment. Yeah. So keep it up. Be open and willing to adopt new communication channels and keep on inspiring delight.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jing, and cool short video ya. Okay, the next is time for some important announcement ya, delivered by Rama.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. I'm here and I would like to deliver the leaderboard final results for our first month on the second iteration. So, the first month is down and the leaderboard just leveled up. Gitu ya, a full month of discipline check-ins, strong communications, and operational consistency has come to a close. And here's how it all turned out. So from June 18 until July 17 gitu ya. RM, BD, and HRPR now entering month 2 in level 2 gitu ya. So during the whole month, both HRPR and RMBD has consistently maintained zero violation. However, on the first day of July 18, HRPR has officially demoted to level 1 gitu ya. So starting from this month, HRPR is back to level 1 again. Alongside with our friends here, operations, engineering, and marketing. So the three of them are still staying in the level 1. However, operation has leading the leaderboard with only 2 points and recognized as winner, but sadly still not eligible for reward and promotion to level 2. And engineering comes seconds with 6 points. And again, back on the second streak, marketing comes last with 8 points. Means that after this, we will be counting together for marketing team to push up and squat approximately 15 times gitu ya. So, what's next gitu ya? For the next month, RMBD is still entering the second month gitu ya. And HRPR has demoted back to level 1. Engineering, marketing, and operations will still competing in level 1 alongside with the demoted HR team. And there's the link if you're curious for the recap gitu ya. So, I would like for every marketing team here, boleh nyalain kameranya ya. Please turn on your camera because we are going to do some sports gitu. Mas Hafiz boleh ditutup share screen-nya, you could close the share screen because biar aku bisa lihat nih teman-teman marketing udah nyala semua kameranya. Gitu ya. So, marketing team.
Ega, first of all, please let everyone knows like who are the marketing members that need to do push up on the spot.
So apa namanya? So the ones that got marketing in this position, the ones violating rules, actually only 2 people ya. But they were repeating the mistake throughout the month. Kak Hafiz and Moayana. So for the UMs and for the team, you could always remind them ini more consistent ya, gitu. Okay, so everyone, now that you're ready, I will count 1 until 15 ya, gitu. Jadi boleh di-adjust kameranya, everyone, ayo from marketing team. Atau ada mau ini nggak teman-teman dari departemen lain yang mau bantuin ngitung? Mungkin anyone would like to count on my behalf? Okay.
Give Artie the chance. Artie wants to count. He's pumped up.
Okay, see.
Wait, RD is part of the marketing, no?
Yes,
Well,
at
he has
least
to-
for the
he has to
marketing.
count while he's in the victim.
Okay, everyone on set.
Joseph.
1,
All right. 2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9,
10,
10,
11,
11,
12,
12, 13, 14,
14,
and the last one,
15.
15. Okay, good job marketing team, and see you on the next leaderboard ya guys ya. Be mindful about your team because the responsibility is a team effort ya. So make sure always responsible. Back to you, Ega and Mas Hafiz.
Okay, thank you, Rama, and congratulations to the team who level up, and say healthy to the team who did a spontan gym session ya for scoring the highest position. Okay, we'll now move to the personal update ya because we have several times. Okay, the question is, when a sudden problem lands in your lab at work, which movie character are you most like and why? The first is Sherlock Holmes, Tony Stark, or Indiana Jones. Okay, let's begin with Rama. Okay, Rama, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you Ega. So personally, I'm more of like Iron Man gitu ya. Even though introverted, I do like to discuss a lot of things because I'm a big believer of semua bisa dilewati tapi nangis aja dulu nggak apa-apa gitu. Back to you Ega.
Okay, thank you, Rama. And the next is Kak Furkon.
Okay, for me, I think I'm more like Indiana Jones. Always have this principle, udah jalan dulu, nanti Bismillah recovery dan minta maaf belakangan kalau ada salah. It's not even encouraged, I think, with this situation if there is quick decision making needs to be done. Thank you. Back to you, Ega.
Okay, very confident ya from Kak Furkon. And the next is from Mr. Jing.
Hey, quick quiz. Does anybody know what Indiana Jones? Don't type. Right? Does anybody just know what Indiana Jones' job is? What's his official job?
I don't know.
Archaeologist?
A doctor.
Yes. And at what level does he perform as an archaeologist? Treasure hunter. That's not his job. That's what his activity is. His activity seems to be treasure hunting, but his job, he's paid to actually do something else. He's a professor. Indiana Jones is a professor. Yeah, he's a professor of archaeology. I always thought that was actually beautiful because the idea of actually doing academics should be in practice too, right? So yeah, Indiana Jones. So that's the idea. So you can go and do the adventure and still have the most amount of knowledge doing it.
Oh, okay, very
Yeah,
interesting.
big professor. Yeah, Professor Jones.
The next is from me. I feel that I most often like Sherlock Holmes. However, in some situation, being Sherlock Holmes alone is not always enough to solve the problem. So I also need to be like Iron Man to ensure that the decision I execute are the result of discussion with the team. Okay. The next is from Kardi.
Okay, Sherlock Holmes, especially I'm using technique a mind palace. If you watch Sherlock Holmes have each skill that name a mind palace. Okay, thank you.
Wow, okay, thank you. Kak Ardi, and next from Kak Wendy. Okay.
For me, it's Sherlock Holmes because I prefer to analyze and find the root cause first before solving the problem.
Okay, nice. Kak Wendy. Okay, the next is from Coffee D ya.
Yeah, for me, most issues Tony Stark, yeah. But sometimes Sherlock, it always depends on the urgency. A lot of times, if it's really urgent, then there's no choice then other than doing the Tony Stark method.
Okay, thank you Coffee D. Next from Yosef.
Yeah, for me, Sherlock Holmes and Tony Stark, when the problem is complex, I analyze it logically. When time is tight, I discuss with the team and quickly find a solution together.
Okay, nice Yosef. Next is from Kak Titan.
Okay, Sherlock Holmes. I think I'm not a reactive person when problem comes. I'm more being a responsive person because I need to elaborate the cause and try to find connection between cause and the impact.
Okay, thank you Kak Titan. Next is from Kak Bayu.
Sherlock Holmes, understand the problem before taking action. There's a possibility that it's not a problem, but could be an opportunity or even not a problem at all.
Okay, thank you Kak Bayu. Next from Reza ya.
Okay, so I will prefer Sherlock Holmes because I take a step back and access the situation calmly and gather all the fact before jumping to the conclusion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Reza. Next is Kak Hafiz.
Oh yeah, for me is Indiana Jones most of the time and Tony sometimes. It depend on the situation, I guess. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, next from Kak Weda.
Okay, I'm probably more into Sherlock Holmes because I tend to look for the cause of the problem, and if I get the cause, I might be able to prevent it in the future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you Kak Weda. Next from Kak Gani.
Mostly Tony Stark, but once problem identified, I find the best person who can solve it. For me.
Okay, nice Kak Gani. Next is from Kanadia ya.
I'm more a Sherlock Holmes because I like to take time to understand better, but sometimes Indiana Jones depends on the urgency.
Okay, thank you Kanadia. Next from Kak Gray.
Mine is a combo between Sherlock Holmes and Indiana Jones.
Okay, combo. Okay, next is from Kak Tendi ya dari Tony Stark and not tending. The next is from Kak Pandu.
While working for Gaia, I prefer to be Indiana Jones because it will be best to deploy it first and updates it because the best updates come from the user. So, and for cast manager, I prefer to be the Sherlock Holmes because I gather everything and decide. Okay, thank you.
Oh, kalau yang Kak Pandu, thank you. And the next is from Lutfi, Kak Lutfi.
Sherlock Holmes. I gather clues and context, split the problem to smaller problems, make an action plan to solve the smaller problems methodically.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Kak Lutfi. And next from Kak Fasya.
Me personally, I would say I'm more of a Tony Stark person. I like to talk things out, even if it's with myself as a second person, and then I wrote it down and committing to it. If you have a fortunate event to hear me talk in this office, I'm sorry.
Okay, nice Kak Fasya. Thank you. And the next is from Kak Bella.
Okay, it Holmes because it's actually like pause decisions, but it's silently to make something great that others don't understand. Thank you, Ega.
Okay, thank you Kak Bella. Next is from Kak Kayla.
Somewhere between Holmes and Stark, I think I used to fan first because talking things out tend to minimize or make something harmless than it should be. But we also have the theory at hand, so that really depends on environment.
Okay, thank you Kak Kayla. And the last is from Wayana.
Romy is kind of combo. So Iron Man is like it's nice to have ability to fly, but
I think most of the time Indiana Jones. Yeah.
Oh, so interesting ya, Moana. Okay, thank you all. And I'll now hand the mic back to Kak Hafiz ya to close us out. Over to you, Kak Hafiz.
Okay, thank you for everyone for coming to this all hands meeting today. So even this is not already 10 or 11 a.m. in Bali time, since we already read all the personal update and visions and etc. And also we already have the inspirational speaker today. So I think we can wrap up this all hands meeting for today. So thank you everyone for coming. I hope you have a good day and stay healthy, everyone. Thank you.
I have one last inspirational thing to talk about, Hafiz. if
Okay,
you'll give me
sir.
a few minutes, okay, so
Okay.
all right, here's what I'd like to talk about. I think a few weeks ago, I promised everybody I'd get better at making videos, right? And then say, if you keep on practicing it, and I will admit this, I was terrible at making this before, and I really thought that making short form video and all this was I'm old. I'm going to be 44 soon, everyone. So I thought this was a young person domain. I was like, oh god, those kids always doing whatever. But recently, I realized that's not true at all. Recently, what I realized was that I think each generation will evolve their communication, their vernacular, and their dialect. Just like you probably speak differently than your parents, and your parents probably speak differently than their parents or your grandparents. So each, I think, generation will go through some evolution of learning how to speak in a different way. And I'm getting older, but I try to stay young, right? Some people remind me of my age. But I realize that I think if you don't learn how to speak or inhabit in the younger generation's world, it becomes kind of dangerous for yourself, okay? So it occurred to me that everything that was happening was actually being communicated in a different language. And I didn't speak that language. And this could be why sometimes when you look at your parents, they seem so clueless, right? Because literally you're speaking in a different language than them. They don't really understand it. So I've gone through this process, and I've appreciated how within each generation there's a different language. Not even within each culture or each nationality or each ethnicity. Within each generation, there's a different language. So help me appreciate that even if you think you're an expert, maybe you're not, okay? That there's always another opportunity to gain knowledge about something that is quite important. So I think once again, and I just want to get this idea out really quickly, okay? I thought about what it means to be humble, and I ask a lot of people in Indonesia what it means to be humble, and a lot of people say I think it's the wrong interpretation. A lot of people I think humble is politeness, right? But I think real humility is to always be open to the idea that you could be entirely wrong, no matter how long you've been doing anything, no matter how much of an expert you think you are. And I think if you can do that, yet confidently also function as a human being, that's true humility. So I've been humbled by how much I can learn, even within, let's say, a domain that I thought I well understood. Okay, all right. Maybe that can be some inspiration to everybody here who can be deeply enriched by their humility towards knowledge. All right. See you guys.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ching. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.